Hello, I'm Michael East, Chief Executive Officer of Endeavor Communications. On behalf of the Board of Directors and all Endeavor employees, I'd like to share with you, our members, what we've accomplished in the past fiscal year and update you on the future of the cooperative.
At Endeavor Communications, our mission is to connect our members to the world through state-of-the-art communications and entertainment services. Accomplishing our mission is a fluid process. As technology advances, so do the needs of our members. Just a few years ago, a telephone line and a dial-up internet connection were enough for most families and businesses. Now, internet connections are used to watch streaming video, and our members expect a digital television product that is not affected by thunderstorms. In a few more years, technology we haven't even thought of will be a necessity. The possibilities are endless. A fiber optic network will ensure that Endeavor is ready for any technological advances the future may bring. Building this network takes hard work, money, and time. With our limited resources, we must build it one exchange at a time. Until every member can enjoy the benefits of fiber optics, the traditional copper wiring must continue to be maintained. In short, the copper wiring that has served you for years is rapidly becoming outdated. If maintained properly, the copper wiring still works well for telephone and limited high-speed internet services. But as applications like streaming video grow in popularity, so does the need for fiber optics, which, unlike copper, is capable of carrying tremendous bandwidth speeds. Simply put, the limitations of copper that affect Endeavor members the most are bandwidth and distance. Electrical currents through copper travel slower and for much shorter distances than the light waves that travel through fiber optics. Because our service territories are vast and sparsely populated, it's technologically more advantageous to build the fiber optic network than to replace failing copper wiring with new copper wire. Endeavor calls its fiber construction program Fiber to the Premise. What we're doing might seem simple on the surface. We're taking one type of wiring and replacing it with another. Quite literally, the work that needs to be done goes far below the surface. It's actually a complex process that takes time, thoughtful engineering, and lots of hard work. Consider this. Replacing the copper wiring that has been built and rebuilt over the past 59 years will require over 2,000 miles of fiber optic cable, which is equivalent to the distance between Indianapolis and San Francisco. When Endeavor began planning the fiber to the premise construction, we did so by utilizing contractors, construction workers not employed by Endeavor. Those contractors came from all over the Midwest, and they also came with a hefty price tag. Beginning in late 2005, we set out to deploy fiber optics, one exchange at a time. Our first installation was in the town of Cloverdale by way of contractors. Next, we went to Reelsville via contractors in 2007. While the contractors got the fibers to the premise construction underway, the Endeavor staff paid close attention to the process and learned the ins and outs of fiber optic construction. In Coatesville, we used both contractors and in-house workforces in 2008. Later that same year, we were ready to make the construction an entirely in-house process, so we formed our own construction team. The in-house construction option provides numerous advantages. First, it allows Endeavor to ensure that the work performed is of a higher quality because the people working on the project are Endeavor employees who take pride in a job done right. Secondly, doing our own construction allows for quick reaction time. If missteps occur or problems arise, Endeavor can react immediately rather than wait for a contractor to take care of the problem. Also, the money we spend on resources, tools, and equipment can be kept local. It's important for us to give back to the communities we serve. Finally, it allows Endeavor to train and employ only construction professionals that make Indiana their home. By hiring our own people and utilizing our own workforces, we can invest $40 million in labor costs back into our local communities. Because Endeavor Communications chose to perform the construction in-house, we saved the cooperative 20% over the span of the project. The cost of the entire project is now estimated at approximately $85 million versus the $105 million estimate if constructed by contractors. This results in a savings of over $19 million and keeps these dollars local. In 2009, Endeavor will continue to deploy fiber to the premise with in-house workforces servicing the Mount Meridian Exchange this spring and the Eminence Exchange this summer. Of course, Endeavor intends to continue the project until the new fiber optic network extends to all 9 of our exchanges. As terrific as all this news is, keep in mind that we have approximately 2,000 miles of fiber optics to place and pay for. Endeavor is deploying the fiber optics as quickly as money and construction crews can allow. Because the fiber construction is a gradual process, in the spring and summer of 2008, we dedicated more resources to improving our high-speed internet services for all of our members. The result? Endeavor's been able to extend our fiber network and increase our high-speed internet offering from a base speed of 512,000 bits per second to 1.5 million bits per second. That's an internet speed 3 times faster than before, without an increase in retail prices. If fiber to the premise construction has taken place in your particular exchange, you're probably wondering what needs to happen for you to enjoy all that Endeavor has to offer with fiber optics. Once an appointment has been set up, the Endeavor crew member meets with you to determine where you want the service jacks located. Next, they find a clean and unobtrusive location in your home for the electronics box. Once the new wiring is in place, the Endeavor crew member installs your new equipment, familiarizes you with the services, and leaves you to enjoy the best communications technology available. The benefits to you and your family are priceless. Fiber optics provides a high-speed internet connection that does away with waiting for pages to load and replaces it with streaming video capabilities. It provides more crystal-clear TV channels with high-definition programming in any weather and clarity in your voice connection like you've never heard before. This all occurs at the speed of light to bring you amazing services, even those of you in the most remote and rural areas. At absolutely no cost to you, your home will be equipped with the technological capabilities of today and tomorrow. If you'd rather hear that sort of assurance from customers like you, you're in luck. Here is what some fiber optic customers have to say about their new service.
Fiber optics are way faster. There is no comparison, Before we got the fiber optics, we had 4 channels. We were running off of a antenna because we can't get satellite dish out here. We live out in the middle of the woods. We can't get the dish in the summertime. We can only get it in the fall. And now with the fiber optics through Endeavor, we have no problem. We've never had an interruption in service at all since we've had it. Customer service at Endeavor has been wonderful. They have great attitudes. They're always willing to help. It makes me feel really good to know that there's a company that their customer service is that great and they really do care about your services. It's been wonderful, yeah, really wonderful, and we are just thrilled with the services.
The internet service compared to the DSL that we had before is noticeably faster.
Fiber optics are much faster. Getting on the internet is just zips right in there. Very happy with it.
It's a pleasure to have fiber optics, when you're doing as much as I do on a computer. The rewiring of the house in terms of the fiber optics lines, Endeavor seems to have all the tools to provide a nice, neat, clean installation.
Well, the installation was very, very easy as far as I could tell, but they were in and out in no time at all and did everything that they were supposed to do.
On the occasions that I've had to use customer service, it has been exceptional. Very professional, very courteous, very quick, and they seem to have all the answers.
I would recommend Endeavor, especially to anyone that has satellite TV. Okay, I would recommend it and have been ever since we've received it.
I recommended the total package service to approximately 56 people down this road.
The service is very good, excellent, especially since we've had satellite TV. There's absolutely no comparison.
To learn if your neighborhood is fiber optic ready, call Endeavor's main office. When your area is ready, we'll schedule an appointment for your free home rewire. As you can surely tell by now, this undertaking requires a massive effort on Endeavor's part, and it probably raises questions about cost. So where is the money coming from? The fiber build is paid for by borrowed and internally generated funds. If we build the fiber gradually and add members along the way, we'll be able to share the costs with the new members as they join the cooperative. Additionally, you might be surprised to learn that only a fraction of the operating revenues of Endeavor Communications actually come from the membership. In fact, of the $12.4 million of total operating revenues, only $2.7 million comes from you, our members. The majority of Endeavor Communications' operating revenues are derived from third-party providers and regulatory government entities. One of those non-member revenue streams is universal service. Most rural telephone companies are considered high-cost companies. Endeavor Communications is no exception. As is characteristic of a rural provider, our costs per customer are higher than the national average. As such, we receive money from the Universal Services Fund, or USF. This is a government fund that makes it possible to provide affordable telecommunications services to all Americans, regardless of where they live. Contributions to that fund are on everyone's phone bill, regardless of the carrier used. However, only those companies that qualify for high-cost fund dollars are allowed to collect monies from the fund. Endeavor Communications, along with most other small independent telephone companies, is a net beneficiary of that fund. In fact, in the past fiscal year, Endeavor received $1.2 million from the USF. That same year, we collected only $390,000 from our members. The resulting difference keeps monthly bills lower for Endeavor members. Especially in today's economy, we understand how important it is to know how every dollar is spent and why, and what we as a co-op can do to lighten the load for you. Endeavor doesn't take any of its revenue sources for granted. By working hard to maximize revenues from our non-membership sources, we're able to maintain rates at their current competitive levels. Providing state-of-the-art services at an affordable cost to our membership is only part of our mission. We're also committed to bringing you the best customer service experience possible. From our service representatives in the office to the technicians who come to your home, we want to remain connected to our members' lives. There is always room for improvement, which is why we're currently administering customer surveys to learn how we can make your lives easier. Give us your feedback. Let us know what you like and what we can do better. It's also very important to us to connect with the communities we serve in other ways. That's why we've been involved in recent events, such as Endeavor's Night of Fright Haunted House. This event allowed us to collect non-perishable food and cash donations for the New Providence Food Bank. We also partnered with local youth leagues and organizations to host a series of Movies in the Park events in communities such as Atlanta, Cloverdale, Reelsville, Heritage Lake, and Eminence. Our employees also rallied together on the DePauw University campus to raise funds for cancer research at the 2008 Relay for Life. We give back to our communities because they represent you, our members. We're dedicated to providing your family a wide array of clear television channels, swift internet connections, and crystal clear phone calls with your loved ones. The fiber optic network is the best way for us to provide the high-quality local service each one of our members deserves. we hope you enjoy what's in store.